5 days ago on Reddit, someone posted that old school RuneScape has shifted from a realistic medieval fantasy world to a high fantasy world. And Volcanic Donut in response said, "Meet Fashionletics, my realistic medieval style locked Ultimate Iron Man account." I have risen to this challenge, and I'm gonna do it. Why would I do this? What would make me spend the time to remove all the high fantasy elements from a high fantasy game? In my spare time, when I'm not playing RuneScape, I am a secondary English teacher with a background in English literature, fantasy, medieval studies. I consider this kind of a passion project of mine. So I would expect to find myself investigating not only books and online articles, but also peers of mine, asking them about this and that and how it compares to what's going on in the game. So hi, and welcome to a realistic medieval style locked Iron Man. Iron Lateran. Lateran is a reference specifically to the Second Lateran Council, in which Pope Innocent II banned the use of crossbows for being unfair. I don't think Pope Innocent II thought that people on Reddit message boards 1,000 years later would be complaining that crossbows are unfair in PvP, but, you know, he had the right idea, I think. You know, as a medieval lore-friendly Iron Man, this means that he can't use skills or obtain items that are inconsistent with medieval lore, or have hair that's different than medieval lore, so I'm working on that. More importantly, teleports are out of the question. This kind of transportation is inconsistent with realistic medieval lore. Any kind of player-activated magical means of transportation is absolutely unacceptable. Did they have shorts? I don't think they had shorts. This does not count game-required transportations or instance changes like the Lumbridge home teleports if I die. Okay? It also doesn't count the Rune Mysteries quest. I really, really, really wish I didn't have to. Wow, look at the forearms on this guy. I have never noticed that. Look at those. Those are some beefy forearms. As a medieval lore-friendly Iron Man, that means I can't use runecrafting or magic. So at first you might be thinking that's only 2 skills, right? No. Runecrafting and magic are required for dozens of quests in the game. Specifically, all these quests. All of those. Incredibly, this actually still means that Dragon Slayer 1 is available. The 33 magic requirement can be negated by paying 10,000 coins through it, so I might be able to do that one. However, I can't wear any of the armor that's actually unlocked by Dragon Slayer because dragons obviously don't exist. But honestly, this is just more of an experiment. I really just want to see what can really be played and completed with the. Oh wow, this is actually kind of looking pretty medieval here. I don't like his his mustache there. It's kind of got a 1920s train baron sort of going. Oh no, what is that? It's just a banana on his neck. Gross. But this is more of an experiment. One of my early goals is to get to Korent to steal from fruit stalls, because since I can't use any teleports, I'm gonna have to be running a lot. Oh, see, I like the little chops on the side. That feels very medieval. This hairstyle, this is what you see in all the movies, right? He's got like bangs in front with like, you know, something in the back. So do I have a complete late game goal? Not yet. Part of this experiment is just seeing how much of the game is really playable and how much fun it is without any magic or runecrafting. I mean, tons of players avoid runecrafting anyway because they don't like it. So really, this is just no magic and no magical items. I think, honestly, the no magical items is going to be much more difficult than anything else. So how am I going to rationalize the existence of all these magical experiences? Well, I'm going to say that I'm a Don Quixote-style character running through the land as a brave and noble knight-errant. I shall defend the world from evil and corrupt people. Yes, the ultimate villain. Mankind. I will operate on the assumption that magic is a clever illusion or the power of Satan. Only God is on my side. Villainous monsters are all example of misshapen, malformed human beings or other animals. I think this hair color is good. You're going to want a very bright hair color to be realistic, because white hair would just mean this guy's old. And as we know, in medieval times, if you got a cough, you'd keel over and die. So I think this kind of auburn, reddish, dark hair is fair for the character from a sort of maybe Northern European section. Nothing like cut or pompadour-y, none of that. The hair is gonna have to be kind of subdued, I think. Oh, we got some Bieber hair in there. How have I never seen this one? I think we're pretty much... See, this is too wild and crazy. This one, unfortunately, this has been ruined for me forever. This is the Jesus hair of 25 buttholes. That's what that is. That's the only thing that is. Honestly, I think our realistic hair options are pretty limited, which is a bad start. But this is like your movie hair, right? This is what they have on movies for every character. Like if you do maybe Horatio Hornblower, you watch that, or this is like Russell Crowe's hair in Master and Commander. It's not super realistic. If it's not clean, it's fine. But a lot of times his hair is like perfect. If you're thinking like Stardust, and you remember Tristan's hair, how it was long and flowing, it wouldn't be that clean or well manicured, which is kind of my issue with a lot of this. This is okay. He's got the ponytail in the back, and it's a little wild looking. I think that's good. Obviously, we can't be female because, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, women were not given the respect or the options that a man was in that time period. So if this guy is, oh my god, I just went through all this. Oh my god. All right, that was my mistake. Shaving, when they had the opportunity, they absolutely would do so. Being clean shaven was very attractive for that time period, as was a very thin waist for men. So this guy, he's all right, I guess. Okay, and there's our character. There's Iron Lateran. Lateran. I gotta get my own name right. Alright, so let's get started. Look at this very realistic Galenor guide. Very realistic. Look at that. Look at that realistic face. He's so angry that he was taught how to cook. Look at this face. I don't know if RuneScape models have improved in the last couple years, or whether it's just I'm always wearing you know, armor or something on my other accounts, but this is the first time I've seen this face. Oh, look at that little ponytail. Oh, this is perfect. Making dough, flour and water. Oh, perfect. Then we just shove that dough. We don't have to let it rise or anything. This is some unleavened bread right here. This is ready for Passover. Oh no, this poor guy's trying to teach me about quests. Oh, little do you know, sir, I can't do any of these. I will search your bookcase for better quests. I find nothing interesting, of course. There's nothing realistic here. I can't, what am I saying? I can't read. That's the most realistic option. Alright. Moving down the ladder we go. My friends call me Frankie B, but you can call me Iron. No, not ladder, Lateran. It sounds like a medical term, I know. Okay, Iron Lateran, my name is Dezik. that is not realistic at all. Purple? Sir, where have you acquired such fine purple garb? That is truly only the color of kings and queens and other royal people. Why aren't you wearing his shirt, my lord? Now mining is something I'm very familiar with. When my tiny hut home collapses each day, I have to go and mine my way out of it. It's the only way I can survive and feed my family. It is not just a home I made, but a home I inherited from my grandfather and his father before him and his father before him. I wonder how many options I can really go through while doing this whole smithing thing. This is actually, for early levels, this might be the best smithing and working location. Like, do I have to leave? I could just stay here, I think. Oh, I cannot make this on Tutorial Island. Well, okay. I was gonna say, this is super overpowered. This is clearly the best mining and smithing location for like levels 1 to 15. Oh well. You know, I wonder if it's actually possible for RNG to kill you in this box. I would have to say it's probably scripted, right? Like, I've never thought about it before, but you could die to that if your RNG was bad enough, right? Ah, okay. Ranging bows and arrows. Now this is what we're gonna have to learn for sure, because range is gonna be our best friend for a lot of this character. Yeah, see this? We're gonna have to do this a lot. I think crossbow, maybe the Phoenix Gang crossbow or something pretty early. That might be a good option for us. Do I need something? Oh, okay. All right. Well, you just made me talk to you like 8 times, so I wouldn't get an attitude, Vanica. You know, why do they make us go down to that dark, slimy hole? Oh, I know, because it's medieval. Dark, slimy holes are where we go. Now, banks. Okay, obviously, as an Iron Man, I will have access to the bank, but, you know, no grand exchange. They wouldn't have, like, a stock exchange in medieval times. When you get into like the 18th century, yes, you would have had, you know, trading companies, sailing companies, things like that, sure. But for the medieval era, we're thinking, you know, sort of quote Dark Ages, 1300 or so, sort of the time period of Hamlet. Not actually, like, not Shakespeare, but like the time period in which Hamlet was supposed to be written. Anyway, they also didn't have voting, no democracy, so this is ridiculous. I mean, in ancient Rome, yes, but not in medieval Europe, so, sorry, no polling for this character. So if I use my gold to buy a bond from another player, I could get membership without spending any real money? Look at his face, like, this guy's just figured out the secret to everything. Like, he's so proud of himself. He's gonna get a bond, that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. I mean, I'm not gonna get a bond. I'm gonna throw $11 at him. But you know, why do they ask you if you're experienced when you start this? Because it doesn't change anything. Like, they still make you do all this. Oh, prayer. Okay, this is actually good. I had a bit of a debate with my friends on whether or not prayer would be acceptable for this character. I decided that prayer is acceptable for 2 reasons. One, it's just going to be necessary for gameplay. You have to have it to do pretty much anything significant in the game. So I would be shooting myself in the foot from the beginning without it. And 2, you know, prayer to this, you know, to a deity of some kind is obviously extremely medieval. Did you always get physical manifestations of that prayer immediately? No, you didn't. I mean, at least not without taking a theological stance. So I am going to do prayer. I'm going to say prayer is a thing that I can use because I would be praying as a medieval character. That wouldn't necessarily mean that I get payout immediately, but I should still do it. All right, here it is, ladies and germs. Boys and girls, whoever made it past the age of 6 in this horrible, rat-infested medieval world, I would like to change my Iron Man mode. Okay, my pin is now in effect. So we are hardcore Iron Man. That obviously, if I die at some point, I'm gonna continue on standard Iron Man. That's fine, but I cannot trade, stake, receive PK loot, scavenge dropped items, or play certain multiplayer mini games. So it's gonna be a thing. What is this strange man in blue? I don't understand him. What are the runes? I don't know about this. This seems like some satanic bull crap to me. All right, well, we're forced to cast Wind Strike on the chicken. All right, good, just once. That's it. I thought you had to kill the chicken. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Yes, I would like to go to the mainland. That's it. There we go. Beginning of this realistic. And already, look at this guy. If this guy was walking through a medieval village, I'd probably eat him. Just, oh, a rat! Quick, get it! It's food. Don't let that get away. This could be a meal for a family of like 7. Well, because all families were like a family of 7, at least for the first couple of years. That high mortality rate. Oh yes. What? No loot? No food? Guess I'm just gonna starve. Oh, look at these. Okay, so I guess RuneScape, we do have to admit that cannons exist. So, you know, we're talking maybe closer to 15th century than like 11th century. You know what I mean? They're pretty crude cannon, I guess. So that's okay. That's okay. They're not, you know, we don't have like long irons or chase guns or anything. So this is okay. And thus begins my journey as a realistic medieval Iron Man. They call them goblins? I don't think so. They're just people. These are just ugly, ugly people. Look at this ugly person. Oh, he's so gross. He's so misshapen. Satan has had his way with this one, I can tell you that. I know what these are. People living on the outskirts of civilization, farming while attacking nearby travelers. These aren't goblins. These are Republicans. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope you stick with the adventures of realistic medieval lore only Iron Man. We'll be exploring some of the quests I can do next time. But until then, like, subscribe. I don't know, next, I don't know, month, 3 months, however long it takes me to get some kind of progress on this character. So, bye.